Hello, everybody. Hi, guys. Um, well, back again. Welcome back to my comic review. Yeah. So what I decided to do, guys. Yeah, new haircut. Yeah, once again. What I decided to do was forget doing. I caught up on everything, guys. Just want to let you know that. But instead of putting up reviews of, bless you, um, putting up reviews of everything that you know, from the past stuff. I just said, you know what? I'm just gonna go right into the current stuff right now. And these are the books that came out for the week of May 11th. Okay, so as always, guys, I have a little bit of Marvel, a couple of DC, and end it with some indie books. So we're gonna kick this off with Marvel. All right, and we're gonna kick this off with all new, all different X-Men. I mean X Avengers, excuse me. Number 9. This is the beginning of Family Business. This is the introduction of the all new, all different Wasp. Now, first of all, let's make something perfectly clear. No, Janet Van Dyne is not dead. Wade does a very interesting job with this issue. Uh, this all new Wasp, this girl right here, I think her name is Nadia. Okay, what's her name again? Trying to remember what her name was. Uh, her name is Nadia. Nadia. Yeah, Nadia. Yeah, Nadia. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. And without spoiling too much for you guys, is she's very intelligent. Very intelligent. She has the brains of her father. Someone in the Pym family. She is related to somebody in the Pym family. I will admit that. I guess I can admit. She is the daughter of Hank Pym from his previous marriage. Now, I literally, I'm like, wait a minute. Was Hank married before he married Janet? And and I was like, I had to do my research again. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm trying to remember. But she's got everything there just like her father. But that is not much of a ego to her. She even helps Vision out a lot in this because Vision was about to go on a meltdown from his solar energy. You know, the gem that's where Vision gains solar energy. That's that beam. It's not the Infinity. It's not an Infinity Stone in his head in the comics. So once again, but she was really cool. I did it like the funniest thing in this issue is probably the scenes with Jarvis. How Jarvis just ransacked her. Jarvis just went in on her, like, take that costume off. You're no Janet, and he was just flipping out. It was so funny, but it was good to see Jarvis kind of, because usually now in the previous issues, Jarvis is always just like, like he don't want to do this stuff. He keeps going on about how the Avengers used to be in a mansion and now they're in an old Stark Industries hangar and things like that. But the centerpiece was the new Wasp, and she was pretty cool. I did like it very much. All right, move on to all new X-Men number 9. I got the variant cover. I like that classic cover. You know, love that. Never gets old seeing stuff like that. Um, in this issue, it's mainly about. This still really has nothing to do with the apocalypse story that's going on. Um, this focuses more on Evan, the apocalypse clone. It's his birthday, and he's celebrating with a lot of the young X-Men and things like that on Utopia, or what's left of it, as they say. Bagley's artwork is still beautiful. Scott is still recovering from his ordeal when he was dealing with Toad. Hank is still on this quest to get the X-Men back to their own time, because he realizes they do not belong here, and because of it, they're changing a lot of things that was meant to be prior to them coming. However, they get Hank gets transported, and Evan gets transported to ancient Egypt, and a lot of stuff just goes down in there, and it ends on like a huh moment, but also like a cliffhanger, like, okay, what, wait, whoa, all right. But other than that, it was cool. Funny thing, seeing Kid Gladiator be the party DJ. I thought that was hilarious. I thought that was hilarious. All right, we move on to. Sorry about that. Let's move on to Black Panther #2. I got the Horseman of Apocalypse cover. Basically, what Panther would look like. He was a Horseman of Apocalypse. Pretty badass. Man, this is getting good. Uh, Everybody who's working on this series, and we're only one issue in, and I'm loving it. I've always been a fan of Panther, and to see where, forgetting his name, uh, the writers is taking T'Challa with this ordeal that's going on in Wakanda. One of his former uh, Dora Milaje is has an uprising going on in Wakanda. Uh, it this The focus really is still on, in a sense, of why T'Challa feels that he has to put the weight of the world, or I should say the weight of Wakanda, on his back by himself. Why does he feel that he needs to be the forefront, never really allow someone to offer help? And it's really played up very well in this. Um, you get to see T'Challa talk more about his uncle, what his uncle taught him, and I thought that was really well done. There's still some more, and there's still a lot of things going on with Shuri, his sister, and that was good stuff too. The fact that technically she's not dead, but then she's not really alive. She's like caught in between the path of life and death. Uh, a lot of stuff is still brought up in here from the ordeal of Eric Killmonger, and also the ordeal of what Namor did, to Wakanda. So a lot is still going on there, but it's written so well. The artwork is beautiful, and I don't want to really spoil too much, but you really get behind T'Challa. Even if you feel like you're like, T'Challa, ask for help. Don't put the weight of this all on you. Yeah, you're the king. I get that, but it's not wrong to ask for help. But this was good. Black Panther #2. All right, moving on to Guardians of the Galaxy #8. Uh, Interesting cover, cool. Yeah, this focuses more on Groot and Venom. They're on the Badoon prison planet, and while they're on the planet, they enter the planet. It's a complete prison. It's a full prison, and when they get there, Flash and Groot realize that the prisoners are Skrulls. The Badoon have made these Skrulls prisoners, and most of them are Super Skrulls as well. And when Flash sees them, he flips out because the ordeal that the Skrulls did to him in trying to steal his, you know. But these Skrulls are really like kind of lost their edge. They can't shapeshift anymore. They're stuck whatever form they have, and it's almost like they've been lost their will to even live. and it's up to Groot and Venom to free them, from their captive that are the Badoon, which was fine. This was a pretty decent issue. Flash and Groot really shined in this, especially Flash. Showcasing his blessed. Remember well, I shouldn't say symbiote, they call the Clitar. Well, to us, it's still kind of the symbiote. It's been blessed, so now he can do so much more with it than Eddie Brock or Matt Gargan, all those guys who had it before him could do with it. But yeah, this was good. This was good. All right. Moving on to the last Marvel book for you guys, and that is none other than the Ultimates #7. Oh, this is the best book Al Ewing's writing. This is probably, I hate to even say this, but this is probably the best Avengers related book that is on the shelf right now for Marvel. Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but it's kind of true. So, in this issue, it's a lot of things going on. The team is still kind of gaining their edge for what Galactus showed them about the the space of reality. Is reality broken and everything like that? Possible futures, possible uh, past, everything like that. Remember, Galactus is now he's not the world devourer, he's the life bringer, and he wants to stay that way. Once again, I've always said, give this team a lot of credit. They did something that the great Reed Richards could never do, is cure Galactus of his insatiable hunger. They did it. And but also in between that, also Carol is dealing with Shi'ar diplomats who are basically literally told her straight up that they are spying on Earth. And she's like, what do you mean you're spying on Earth? And she kind of just plays off, like she gets a little big head, because she's more like, so why are you spying on? Are you spying on because you're just waiting for a certain red-headed mutant to gain the Phoenix and stuff like that? We also have uh, Blue Marvel still dealing with his old friend slash enemy, the Antimatter Man, and he's awaiting trial for crimes against humanity, what he's done. And him and Black Panther kind of go at it, like, Panther, T'Challa's more like, he's too much of a danger to be standing trial, just kill him. But Adam, Blue Marvel, is so, he wants to bring him to justice, and it's kind of like they don't see eye to eye on this subject. Uh, there's a lot of things going on with maybe ISO #8, and also the fact that Project Pegasus is working on trying to use energy to that the Cosmic Cube even uses, and Carol's like, shut it down, shut it down, shut it down, shut it down. And we get more into what the Shi'ar are really doing near Earth. I'm not going to spoil what that is, but the real question is, does the Mad Titan himself appear in this book? Hell yes, he does. And oh boy, that's all I'm going to say. All right, so I picked up 3 DC books, and the first one is Adventures of Supergirl #1. Sterling Gates does the writing on this. This is basically off the TV series Supergirl. Like you could say, like lost episodes and things like that. Um, and I thought I'd give it a try. I was like, all right, I don't read the Flash. I didn't read the Smallville, and I didn't read the Arrow. So I was like, let me give Supergirl, because I love the show. I'm glad it's getting a new season, even though it's moving from CBS, because it even says here based on the hit CBS series. But Uh, in this issue, Carol is dealing with Rampage. She kind of reminds me of an alien version of Bruce Banner. Like, she gets angry, she can morph into a human, but when she gets angry, she turns into this 7 foot tall, orange skin, mohawk wearing Amazon with super strength and everything like that. And we get more into depth to her backstory of why the DEO is chasing her, and it's also like a little bit of a vendetta between Rampage and Kara's sister Alex, and it gets really interesting in there. The artwork by Bengal was interesting. It had like a more of a I've seen his artwork before. It doesn't look too kiddie, but it has a little bit of an anime feel, and I don't mean it like big eyes and everything like that, but a little bit of an anime feel. But this was a fun issue. I did enjoy this. I'm looking forward to the next issue. I'm gonna continue to read this because I didn't read this when it came out digitally. But number one of Avengers Supergirl, not bad. All right, uh, Batman 52. Um, Tillion the Fourth, Rossmont level. First of all, that cover is kind of damn ass creepy. It looks like Bruce is doing something naughty or doing something he's not. Me and my friend said last night, looks like Bruce is beating off, and he's like, yeah, it's kind of funny. But I did not like this issue at all. This issue is weird. Um, I don't know what this was trying to accomplish for the last issue before the rebirth starts. And this one just really, I wasn't feeling this issue. I was just like, oh, okay, he's showing Bruce's past. I didn't like how skinny they made Bruce Wayne. He looked bulimic. And, Batman, period. I didn't care for the villain in this. I really didn't care. This was just an issue that just felt like a filler and just to get ready for the rebirth, but a filler to what happened in issue number 51, which Snyder's last part. But other than that, I don't care too much. I'm sorry, I didn't care. I really didn't. And we move on to issue number 6 of Batman Ninja Turtles, Tilling the Fourth Women's Earth. This was good. It was fun seeing the Turtles fight Ra's al Ghul, them using teamwork to defeat the Demon's Head. There was that epic fight between uh, Batman and Shredder. And like I said, Batman even gets into like a suit to fight Shredder, and Shredder's still holding his own against Batman. Um, the Turtles do find a way back home. I'm not going to spoil who helps him get back home, but I love what Raphael does to Bruce and what he gives him, and gives him this kind of words of wisdom, or I should say, words of care to him. I'm not going to spoil what that was, but this was good. Overall, the whole Turtles Batman crossover was good. Was it great? No. Was it perfect? No. There were times I really wished that they did not put too much emphasis and put more spotlight on Batman and his group, making him look better than the Turtles at times. I was just like, I didn't like that. But other than that, it was fun. And seeing some of the mutated Batman rogues were funny as hell. I'll spoil one. Seeing what Bane mutated into was hilarious. He mutated into an elephant. I was like, that's funny. But no, this was good. All right, move on to the indie books. And let's see what we got. All right, we have 5 indie books. We're going to go in order of the company. So let's start off with Action Labs, and we're going with Actionverse number 5, featuring Stray. Uh, Isas and Ramos Jr. still do a good job. The Actionverse series has been doing. I've been loving it so far, showcasing all the heroes from the Action Lab universe or the Actionverse. Stray, Midnight Tiger, Molly Danger, who is great, Virtue, um, and people like that. In this, we get to see the coming of the villain. I don't like his name because his name is also the name of a dishwashing detergent. Well, cleaning detergent. His name is Cascade. Yeah, he goes from being called Malice to Cascade, and I'm like, really? But other than that, the team really don't know if they can really trust Virtue right here, who is a this guy right here, Virtue. They don't really know if they can trust him because he's headstrong. He goes off on his own too much, and in some way, Virtue looks at the heroes too, and like they're all weaklings and blah 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 blah. He the only one he says really has potential is Molly Danger, who is a powerhouse herself. This little girl right here. But I've always liked Stray, and I like Midnight Tiger. This guy right here. But they they really have to like wean in Virtue a lot. The trio right here: Molly Danger, Stray, or and Midnight Tiger. Uh, they really have to wean in Virtue because he's just such a bigot in this and acts really headstrong, and it kind of hurts a little bit because he's fighting maybe somebody who's not his enemy. But I just want to make sure. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. But other than that, Actionverse number 5 was good. Looking forward to the next issue. But yeah, I don't like the name of for the villain, uh, Cascade. That just don't doesn't fit with me. All right, let's move on to Boom Studios and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 3. Kyle Higgins, spot on, sir. Very good. This gets more in depth into Tommy and him dealing with his demon, which is Rita. Um, and finally, Tommy opens up to the team about what's been going on. Tommy's been keeping this a secret from them, and the team really is just more like, why don't you tell us? Why? Why would you keep this secret? You put us and your life in danger, and they have every excuse, every bit to justify Tommy's actions. Trini's really good in this. There's a couple of moments in here with Trini which I really enjoy. I've really been liking how Mr. Higgins has been writing Trini in this, and it's been really good so far for the first 3 issues. But Rita showcases that she has uh, she has something new, or I should say something that Tommy used to use, and she has full control of it, and it's getting really intense. But this was really, really good. I really enjoyed this very much. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 3, Kyle Higgins. Spot on. Good work, sir. Okay. we move on to Devil's Due First Comics, and this is issue number 4 of Badger. All right, Mike Barron and Val Mayerick do their artwork, and the Badger is sent to Russia to basically obtain these women that are being held against their will. And for those who don't know who the Badger is, think of Moon Knight in a sense. The person that he has multiple personalities, but his most dominant personality is this character here, the Badger, his superhero, uh, and he uses it to fight crime and things like that. Vladimir Putin is in this issue, guys. And Vladimir is actually portrayed as being the villain in this issue. Um, and Vladimir knows who the Badger is and knows that he's a good fighter. He knows he knows handfuls, thousands of martial arts that have been long forgotten and things like that. And Vladimir is more like, he made a deal with the demons that are in this. I'm not going to ruin everything, but there's a fight between the Badger and Vladimir Putin, uh, in a hand-to-hand combat fight. Everybody's probably seen, like, Vladimir Putin knows martial arts. I think it's jujitsu. I think he knows, but he's like, you fight me, and if you win, the girls go free. If you don't, then Badger, you work for me. And so it's an intense one-on-one fight. Who wins? I'm not gonna ruin who that was, but yeah, there was a thrash out at the Kremlin, which it was. It was a fight underneath the Kremlin, and you get to see Vladimir fight a superhero. But this was good. The Badger has been good so far, very good. All right, we move on to IDW, and we move on to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 58. Eastman Waltz. Do I have to say it? I don't think so. No. No, I don't. Still dealing with the who has been murdering the Utrons and who dismantled Dr. Honeycutt, the Fusatoid. And I don't want to ruin who it is, but I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what? Are you serious? No. Really? D- what? But it was good. This was really intense. Donnie had some great moments in here. Mikey too. And the ending to this, oh my god. Yeah. Mr. Eastman's been taking lessons from Peter David. Yeah. Yeah. We'll move on to the last book, Titans Comics, and we move on to issue number 3 of Samurai, the Isle with No Name. You guys know me, I'm a big samurai nut freak. In this issue, we get to see Clan Nobunaga. There's a tournament going on between an old samurai, his name is Shobei, and a young Ronin or samurai known as Takio, and they're battling in front of the clan daimyo Nobunaga. And one battle goes to the elder, the second battle goes to the youngster, and also we get more in depth into that servants have poisoned the clan leader of Nobunaga, and he's dying. There's no cure. Um, this is for mature readers, guys. This is not a book that your children should be reading. I mean, there's times Nobunaga in here is a complete asshole. He's a perverted fat fuck that just has girls stripping in front of him and just making them feel uncomfortable, and he can do it because he's the daimyo and everything like that. It's like, you motherfucker. It's just uh but the final battle is coming up next, where they're no longer gonna be using wooden swords, bokens. They're gonna be using real deal swords, and it's a fight to the death between the old guard, the old warrior, and the younger warrior. Basically, you can say the old lion versus the younger lion, and still more into, well, is there really no cure for Clan Nobunaga, or is he really gonna die? This is really good stuff, very good. I praise everybody who worked on it. Well, guys, that's it. Um, I will see you guys next week with the next comics, which come out. What was that? When is the 18th? Yeah, 18th. I know next week definitely is the first issue of Future Quest, which is all the superhero Hanna-Barbera characters coming together. So we're gonna see Space Ghost and Johnny Quest meet each other, the Impossibles, the Herculoids, all those characters like that in one book. I'm looking forward to that. Um, and of course, the first issue or zero issue of, or something, I know something of Civil War 2. Yes, guys, I'm gonna read it. See where this goes, but I don't really have high hopes for it. Especially after Secret Wars, didn't care for it. Um, but other than that, guys, this is my word, kid. Peace. One love. Stay tuned. Keep it real, guys. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Take care, guys.